Motivation is a spark, flashy, exhilarating, and gone before you've finished your coffee. Discipline is a pilot light, steady, silent, and always ready to ignite the next action. If you're tired of riding the roller coaster of "I'm pumped on Monday and I'll try again next week by Thursday," this message is for you. Over the next 10 minutes, roughly 1,700 words, we'll dismantle the myth that you must feel like doing big things before you actually do them. We'll reveal how discipline rewires your brain, how ordinary people become legends through small but relentless acts, and how you can install the exact same operating system in your own life, starting tonight. The motivation myth. Motivation markets itself as rocket fuel, one inspirational podcast, and suddenly you'll write a novel or drop 50 pounds. Reality? Motivation behaves more like caffeine. A Stanford Behavior Design Lab study shows dopamine, the brain's drive chemical, spikes when we anticipate something new. But as soon as novelty fades, so does the dopamine surge. That explains the gym crowds on January 2nd and the tumbleweeds by February 12th. It explains why your online course felt thrilling in week 1 and burdensome in week 3. Relying on motivation is like planning to cross the Atlantic in a speedboat with a single tank of gas. You'll roar out of the harbor, but by mile 100 you're bobbing in open water, taking selfies with seagulls, wondering what went wrong. The truth is, nothing is wrong with you. What's wrong is the strategy. Waiting for feelings to carry you across a long journey is gambling on weather forecasts you can't control. Success demands an engine that runs in sun, rain, or fog. That engine is discipline. What discipline really is. Discipline isn't self-punishment, military barking, or living in joyless austerity. At its core, discipline is remembering what you want, long after the mood that said, "I want it," has left the room. It's the deliberate choice to let commitments outrank emotions. In psychology, we call this self-regulation, the ability to align behavior with values regardless of current feelings. Picture a ship's captain steering through midnight fog. The crew might be anxious, the sea might be rough, but the compass, not the mood, sets the bearing. Likewise, disciplined people steer by decisions already made. I write at 6 a.m., or I train every weekday. Feelings get acknowledged, but not obeyed. Over time, every kept promise pays compound interest in self-trust. Each session convinces your subconscious, "I'm the type who shows up." That identity bends future behavior without requiring daily heroics. You don't need motivation to brush your teeth because "I'm a person with clean teeth" is coded deep in your narrative. Discipline engraves that same certainty into any goal you choose. The brain on discipline. Neuroscience explains why repetition becomes effortless. Each time you follow through, neurons in your prefrontal cortex fire together. Fire them often enough and the connections thicken, like carving a footpath into a highway. Meanwhile, the basal ganglia, the habit center, takes over, allowing the action to run on autopilot with minimal energy. That's why seasoned runners feel off if they skip a jog. The brain actually craves the rhythmic reward loop it has learned to expect. But there's an even subtler payoff. Every completion triggers a modest dopamine release, not the surge you get from novelty, but a quieter, more sustainable drip that says, "Good job, do it again." That micro-reward teaches your brain that consistency itself feels good. Over weeks, this cycle flips your emotional script. Instead of needing to feel good to act, you act in order to feel good. Motivation becomes a pleasant side effect of discipline rather than its prerequisite. Designing systems. Cues, constraints, commitment. Waiting for willpower is a losing game, so design an environment that does most of the heavy lifting. Use the cue routine reward loop intentionally. Cues, triggers. Anchor the habit to something you already do without fail. Sip coffee? Open your writing app. Park the car? Pull gym shoes from the trunk. The more automatic the cue, the less negotiating you'll do. Constraints. Friction control. Make the desired action friction-free and the undesired action annoying. Lay out exercise clothes at night. Bury social apps in a folder 4 swipes deep. We are lazy by nature. Use that bias to your advantage. Commitment, visible tracking. Humans hate breaking streaks. Mark a bold X on a wall calendar, log each session in a habit app, or share daily proof with an accountability buddy. Small visual wins energize the brain's completion drive. Put these pieces together and you've built a self-correcting system. Even on days when enthusiasm is MIA, the cue nudges you. The low friction makes starting painless, and the thought of ruining your streak pulls you across the starting line. Discipline at that point feels less like battle and more like brushing your teeth, simply what happens next. Overcoming resistance and real-world obstacles. Life will still hurl curveballs, late meetings, sick kids, low energy. Here's how disciplined people stay on track. The rule of 1. Commit to 1 set, 1 paragraph, 1 Duolingo lesson. Starting melts 80% of resistance, and most of the time momentum takes over. Time blocking. Pre-decide a non-negotiable window. 10 minutes at 5 a.m. beats 30 minutes you hope to find after work. Guard the block like a doctor's appointment. If, then scripts. If rain cancels my outdoor run, then I'll do a HIIT routine in the living room. These contingency plans shield habits from weather, mood, or chaos. 2-day rule. Even the most disciplined miss a day. Missing 2 in a row is how habits die. Promise yourself, lapses happen, relapses won't. Remember, discipline doesn't silence emotions. It simply votes them down. Each override strengthens the neural infrastructure for the next override, the way lifting heavier weights strengthens muscle. Eventually, skipping feels stranger than sticking to the plan. Stories that prove consistency greater than intensity. J.K. Rowling wrote pre-dawn in Edinburgh cafes while raising a baby on welfare. No viral montage music, just a non-negotiable writing window. Serena Williams spent years perfecting footwork drills spectators barely notice. Her highlight reels begin with footwork, not forehands. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson trains at 4 a.m. on film sets, calling motivation nice, but discipline non-negotiable. James Clear emailed a tiny newsletter every Tuesday for 5 years before Atomic Habits skyrocketed. Thousands of disciplined Tuesdays produced an overnight success. Different talents, identical pattern, act first, feel later. The world applauds outcomes, trophies, book deals, ripped physiques. But if you reverse engineer any of them, you'll find hundreds of boring, ordinary Tuesdays strung together by discipline. That string, not the occasional viral spike of motivation, is the real magic. The 30-day discipline. Blueprint. Ready to build your own string of Tuesdays? Use this template. Choose a keystone habit, something that will ripple. 30 minutes of reading, 15 minutes of coding, daily meditation. Define micro wins. Make success too small to skip. 10 minutes, 200 words, 1 salad swap. Anchor a powerful cue, same time, same place, same trigger. Consistency of context accelerates automation. Track in public or on paper. Print a 30-day grid, post it on the fridge, or share daily proof in a group chat. Visibility creates pressure. Pressure creates follow-through. Conduct weekly reviews. Ask what went right, what resisted, what will I tweak? Tiny course corrections keep the habit from derailing. Plan for roadblocks, business trip, pack resistance bands, flu, switch to 5 minutes of breath work. Build the backup before you need it. 30 days isn't about life-changing results. It's about identity. On day 31, the mirror won't just show a fitter body or thicker journal. It will show a person who can trust themselves. That trust is fuel money can't buy and motivation can't guarantee. Sustaining momentum, the flywheel and identity shift. Envision a giant flywheel, a 5-ton metal disc. Your first push barely budges it. 10, 20, 50 pushes later, it spins faster than you can keep up. Discipline provides the early pushes. Momentum provides the glide. Businesses scale, muscles grow, languages stick because compound interest finally kicks in. Each rotation stores kinetic energy, so the same effort produces bigger returns. There's also a psychological flywheel. Behavior, identity, behavior. Every journaling session whispers, "I'm a writer." Every saved dollar murmurs, "I'm financially responsible." Humans crave self-consistency, so once the identity takes root, future behavior aligns automatically. The late motivational speaker Jim Rohn said, "Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment." I'd add, discipline is also the architect of identity. Cross that bridge enough times and you own both shores: goal and accomplishment, intention and identity. Choose the sunrise. Motivation will still visit. Roll out the red carpet when it does. Just never again wait for it to begin. Think of every disciplined act as striking a match in the dark. One match reveals a flicker. Hundreds set the horizon ablaze. Let discipline be your sunrise, steady, silent, inevitable. Light it, guard it, repeat, and watch goals you once hoped for become the natural byproduct of who you are becoming. If you're ready to swap fleeting sparks for a lifetime furnace of discipline, declare it now. Type "I'm in" below, smash subscribe, and share this with one friend who keeps waiting for perfect inspiration. Your disciplined life doesn't start tomorrow. It starts the moment you close this video and take the smallest possible step. Light the match, keep the promise, watch the sunrise.